was setting the table along with the maid as it was time for your mafia husband's breakfast. He was getting ready in the upstairs. Shane, did you make everything? You know, right? He will get angry easily if he doesn't find the food he likes. He asked as he will be strict about him because you don't want to be scolded by him like he does with others. Yes, mom, don't worry. I prepared only the food he likes, she said softly in an assuring manner and went to the kitchen to refill water glass jar. Meanwhile, you were taking care of everything near the dining table. Then, when you started shivering a little, when you heard the voice of Jungkook, who was shouting at someone on his mobile phone. How can he cancel the deal after signing on the papers? Doesn't he know they should inform us before 1 month? Tell them to meet me in my office if they want the money immediately, he said angrily and cut the call before walking towards you. Van, is my breakfast ready? He spoke to you in a soft tone, unlike earlier he spoke on the call. Yes, Jungkook, please sit. He started while he narrowed his eyes as he doubted about your behavior. Are you alright? He held your wrist and checked as if you had a fever, but your heartbeat raised when you felt his touch. It happens with you whenever he touches you. Yeah, I'm fine. You said, lowering your head and quickly took your hand back from his grip while he still puzzled about your behavior. Okay, come sit with me. We will have breakfast together, he said, taking a chair. It's okay. You have it, Jungkook. I will have it later. You replied, but he was not convinced and pulled you to the chair which was next to him. I'm bored of listening to this line daily. From today, you're going to eat with me, okay? You nodded silently while pressing your lips together as you were nervous. Meanwhile, Shane came from the kitchen and served you and Jungkook. He was having breakfast until he noticed you. What happened? Why are you not eating? Actually, I'm not hungry. You please eat. I will eat later, you said, and about to get up from the chair, but he stopped you, holding your breast. Why are you lying, Wine? Do you think I didn't notice the injury to your finger? You quickly looked at the index finger of your right hand, which has a bandage, and then looked at him. You were stuttering as you didn't find the words to speak. Shane, you tell me what happened, he asked, looking at her seriously while she started shivering, but managed to explain him. Sir, I told her to not cut veggies, but she didn't hear me and cut it. But she cut her finger accidentally. She started gulping with fear as his eyes started turning red out of anger. Didn't I tell you to not allow her in the kitchen? He asked, raising his right eyebrow while he sat back in your chair, looking at Shane, who was so scared of him. I told her, sir, but she didn't hear me. I'm so. Before she could apologize, he started shouting at her. You should insist her to not do it. Did I tell you to not allow her? She will say she will do it, but you should not allow her, understand? She nodded silently, lowering her head as she felt bad. Even though it was your mistake, he shouted at her because he could not raise his voice over you as he loves you a lot. He could not take if anything happens to you. Jungkook, I'm so. Finally, he got courage to say something and it was sorry, but he cut off you and said something which surprised you. It would not be nice to hear sorry from you, Wayne. Just be careful from next. You closed your slightly open mouth and nodded silently, and you felt guilty for Shane as she was punished because of your stubbornness. Now open your mouth. Huh? You opened your mouth as you were confused with what he said, and you were looking at him innocently as you didn't know why he told you that. I will feed you, and you don't need to be on empty stomach, okay? You silently nodded while admiring his care, love, and his act, which was doing now. He was feeding you with so much affection, and you never expected he would do something like this. Your eyes forgot to blink as you were watching him so lovely. Your heart was flying in the air out of happiness given by him. It's been 3 months since you got married to Jungkook. You were the daughter of his mother's driver. Your father almost risked his life to save his mother from enemies. That's how his mother brought this proposal and made you agree for the marriage with him. It was not like you do love each other before marriage. It was like an arranged marriage for you both, and you felt there is still that awkwardness between you. But today you got to know it was from your side, and Jungkook was completely fine with you. After 2 hours, Jungkook was drinking coffee while observing the city view. He was thinking about a new project which was on the edge now. Then when he heard a knock on voice of his secretary who was behind the door. Excuse me sir, may I come in? Jungkook said yes after taking another sip of his coffee, and Choi entered in along with investors who want to cancel the deal. Sir, Han and co-investors are here, he said in a low tone while hiding his fear of Han. I know about it, Mr. Choi. Tell them to be seated, he said while having another sip of his coffee. Look, Mr. Jungkook, we are not here to have a discussion with you. We are here for our money. If you give, we will leave immediately. He sounded demanding, more than requesting or being polite. But Jungkook chuckled while having the last sip of his coffee. He was having fun while imagining the things he was going to do with Han, who spoke in a demanding tone which he doesn't like at all. I like your courage, Mr. Han. Finally, he turned at them when the other investors quickly lowered their heads out of fear. I'm not here to be afraid of you. We are here for our money. Just give the money back. We are canceling the deal. He again raised his voice, which hurt the ego of Jungkook. Really? You need money after hearing our plan? Tell the man who is behind this. One should read agreement properly before signing on it. We clearly mentioned you should inform us a month ago, but it's already past 3 months and we have started our work. So what, just give us our money back, he said, bashing the table, where Jungkook looked at him seriously while moving his jaw left and right. Listen, Han, you should pay the double amount we decided before the deal if you want us to cancel the deal as per the agreement, understand? He said while inhaling smoke from his e-cigarette. What? Why would we pay? He read the agreement once again and started shivering while his face was sweating a lot. Now you understand? Tell your boss Daniel about this and send me the money. If not, go with the deal. Do you think I would not know if you threaten other investors to cancel the deal? Han looked at his co-investors, who smiled at him. Now get out of my cabin, he said, and exhaled toxic smoke from his mouth, where Han and other investors quickly left from there. John, get me Daniel to our basement tonight and close the deal of those immediately. He quickly make a call to John, who takes care of his mafia stuff while he maintains his image. as a businessman to the world. Here in the bedroom, you were writing a diary until you realized there is something you should do. You quickly got up before putting it in your nightstand drawer and went downstairs immediately. Here you came to the kitchen and saw Shane, who was preparing lunch for everyone. You can see a slight sadness on her face, which was because of the thing that happened in the morning. Shane, you let out a low voice which could be heard by her. Van, Mum, what do you want? She asked politely, but her voice made you understand her pain, which she was trying to hide. I'm sorry for what happened in the morning. Because of me, Jungkook shouted at you. You have that guilt inside you since she was punished by you. What are you saying? Please don't say sorry to me. I can understand. You wanted to help me, but you got cut your finger because of it. Please don't be guilty. It's my fault. And I'm not feeling about Sir's words. I'm concerned for you. She was really moved with your goodness. Hmm. As you don't know what to answer her, you simply hummed and walked out of the kitchen. It was in the evening. Jungkook just came home and sat on the couch. He was taking off his shoes while his servant came there to take and put them on a shelf. Shane, get me coffee, he said while sighing heavily before stretching his arms on the couch backrest. After 2 minutes, came there with a coffee cup as she already prepared for him. Jungkook, coffee. Your voice grabbed his attention. Oh, Ryan, thanks for bringing it, he said, smiling before taking the coffee cup from your hand. It's okay, he replied in a low tone as he looked down. He was sipping it while his gaze fell on you, but you didn't notice as he was still looking down. Unknowingly you smiled, forming on his lips by seeing your shyness, which is coated with fear, on him. Shit, I have to mail something. I think today is the deadline for a new project. He put the coffee on the table hurriedly and opened his laptop before putting it on the table. He stood there silently while he was tensed about something related to his work. He was opening his mail until his hand hit the cup and caused coffee fell on your foot. Ah! You groaned in pain immediately as you felt a burning sensation with the hot coffee. Your scream alerted Jungkook and made him stop his work in the middle before getting up from the couch. Ryan, what happened? He asked as he didn't realize it was because of him until he looked at your foot as you were looking at it. Quickly guilt forming inside of him seeing you groaning in pain. Ryan, I'm so sorry. I didn't see it. He was feeling so bad for you as you were sighing heavily because of the burning sensation. Before the burn gets worse, he picked you up in his arms and ordered Shane, Shane, bring cool water to my room. He quickly ran on the steps and reached your shared bedroom. He slowly put you on the bed while Shane came with a bowl of water, cotton cloth and first aid box. You can leave. She put everything on the bed and left you both alone. Van, let me treat it. He held your foot to apply cloth, which was dipped in water, but you quickly took it back. No, it's okay, Jungkook. I can manage. You don't need to do it. He didn't hear you and took your foot into his hand as he understood you were not feeling good about him touching your foot. You don't need to feel discomfort. If not a husband who would take care of his wife, and it was caused by me. Let me do it, okay? You became silent as his words and actions surprised you. It was an accident. Please don't feel guilty. Your answer made him look at you as he was surprised that you understand his pain. He simply smiled, hiding his pain, and put the wet cloth on your foot, but you again hissed in pain as he applied little more pressure than you could bear. I'm sorry, I will do it slowly. He understood your sensitivity towards the pressure and applied less pressure, which was comfortable to you this time. He again dipped it in water and pressed on the burned area while you are feeling a little better now. Don't worry, I have the magic to distract you from this pain. He observed you closing your eyes tightly after he took off the wet cloth, which made you feel a burning sensation again. He took your foot in his hand while leaning his lips close to the ball of the foot and pressed his lips on it while looking at you deeply. His kiss passed an electric shock which really made your foot numb as it has some kind of magic. You closed your eyes as you were enjoying the pleasure you were getting because of his kisses he was giving on the foot. He applied ointment on it before applying bandage firmly on the wound. One, now you can open your eyes. We are done. You slowly opened your eyes and was surprised to see he finished doing everything. Thank you so much, Jungkook. You said, smiling a little while he came close to you and kept your face, which was shocking to you. I should be thankful for not saying anything, even though I hurt you. Tell me one thing, are you scared of me? You looked into his eyes while he was looking back. There was a moment of silence for a few minutes, and he was hearing your heartbeat, which was beating so fast. Instead of speaking, you nodded your head at first, but quickly shook as you were scared to reveal the truth. He chuckled as he got what you mean. I'm sorry for putting you in this situation, Ryan. You were looking at him silently while he was speaking. May I know why you are scared of me? Actually, I'm scared of you when I see you shouting at anyone in front of me, and when you talk about enemies in our house. Don't get me wrong, I grew up as a normal girl and I never experienced it. I'm sorry. Before you could finish, he pressed his lips on yours and kissed you deeply. You closed your eyes, soon you felt the emotion of his kiss. You both kissed for 5 minutes until he broke it, as he saw you struggling to breathe. I caught it while. I will never repeat this. I might not become calm, but I promise I cannot show my anger in front of you. Still now, I never scolded you, but from now, I will never scold anyone in front of you. Is it enough to bring our marriage life to create a strong family? You nodded, looking down, while a small smile forming at the corner of your lips, which was because of shyness, as his last line got you. Thank you for watching.